What's in your game room?
Welcome to our first episode of What's in Your Game Room, and today we're going to interview the legend, Diak.
That sounds
How you doing
today? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
Well, my first question I want to ask you, you got a tremendous game room here. I just want to know what got you into collecting.
When I get that asked a lot. When we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't have very many games. I actually had the one that came with the system, Mario, and ran across some NES games about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I said, wow, there's more than one. And I just grabbed them all and I said, wow, this is really cool. Thought I'm gonna get them all. I'll show the world. And then I'll get them all. I had no idea that there was so many. Then I realized later on that there's about just under 700. But once I started, I didn't stop, man.
So you got your first initial batch, right? When did you actually get seriously into it? Like when did you find out you printed out your official list and all that to see what you want to go? And what pared you down to get only like the Nintendo specific ones made by Nintendo and not any variants?
I'm a huge Nintendo fan, of course, but why would I get serious? Once I started going online, discovering websites, meeting other collectors. There was so much more to get. That's why I fell in love with signs, advertisement, and I just kept going. I am a big believer of Nintendo and Nintendo's list. I'm not a huge fan of unlicensed. That's why I have a complete licensed collection, and I don't have unlicensed.
It also makes your collection unique, right?
Well, unique. I collect what I like. I don't know how else to collect.
So with everyone's collection, I always love knowing their best score. Like any game that they got for a really good deal, or where you found it at a flea market or something like that. What is yours in your massive collection?
I'm like the most unluckiest collector. I've never had any crazy scores. I got a good deal on Earthbound, was about half price. Some people say I did really well by getting stadium events for $1,000, but world's unluckiest collector. No deals for Pete.
Nothing like dirt cheap. Nothing for like $1. No wild guns for $1.
I wish I did.
Or Flintstones 2 for $5. You know.
No, but like I said, I was early in NES, and I got Flintstones for cheap, $80. You know, and all the big boys for pretty cheap. So I guess I'm fortunate that way.
So typically, what was your average game costing you?
When I first started collecting, games were $2, $3
for most commons.
For the even for some of the not less than common, but like I said, when I started collecting, Flintstones 2 was an $80 game. Mm-hmm. Power Blade 2 and Little Samson, these were all like $60 or $80 games.
So what are they valued now, so that people can get reference to?
Flintstones 2, haven't checked for a while. It's up in their $700 range, right?
That's insane, $700.
Yeah, same events is $7K American. But you know, I'm still battling through SNES, so I'm just like everybody else at this point.
So that's the next one you're collecting right now, is SNES?
Yeah, I'm about 600, little over 600 carts deep of 800. So
it's pretty good cheapness.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but you know, that's how I do it. I start a collection and I finish it.
So you only collect one system at a time when you're buying this?
One system at a time. Sometimes I have little things on the side, like recently I've been working on handhelds, or but I'll focus 90% of my efforts on one system. So
it's an OCD, like, so when you start NES, it was just NES only, like, you know, little pickups here and there, but it was mainly focusing on NES. You had your list and you'd actively seek them out.
That's exactly what I did. I'd carry my list on paper, and then I would search for that system and only system. There's a lot of guys with impressive collections, 2,000, 3,000 games, but they don't have complete anything. That's not true, but there's a lot of guys with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just they don't have a complete anything. That was my whole. I'm the opposite. I start a collection, I finish a collection.
So how many complete systems do you have right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. NES, cart, licensed. We got N64, complete, cart only. Then we have Sega Master System, CIB, Virtual Boy, which isn't much of an accomplishment. 14 games.
But still, some of them are hard to get.
Yeah, Waterworld's a little more difficult to get, but Virtual Boy, and I'm about like I said, 600 deep into SNES.
So when SNES is finished, which would probably be almost an impossible task.
Oh, it's nowhere near impossible.
Come on, there's some really hard to get games out
That's
there.
Okay.
We all know which ones they are.
That's okay. I'm happy to do that, man. What's next? That's a big problem for me. because I am anti disc media, so I know PS1, PS2 would be considered retro, but we still use CDs and DVDs. I just don't consider it retro. So that's it's just like a problem with me.
Judging by the size of this room and all the awesome stuff you've come across, I just want to know how long it took you to accumulate all this.
All this?
Yeah.
A while. I've been collecting for a while.
How long have you been collecting?
I would say 5 or 6 years. But you come when you're into something for so long, you run across things. You see other people's collections. You see other. I want that, or I want this. When I grab that, and I have like weird things that I like too. I have a weird obsession with clocks, with an L, clocks. Signage, advertisement.
The signage thing is cool because it's stuff that people really don't have.
I really like them, but for everything, at least 5 or 6 years for sure.
So Pete, what does your significant other think about collecting?
What's in your shirt?
What are you talking about? Don't.
No,
my chest is sore. Listen, I was working out, okay? They're very sore.
How'd you get those?
You caught me. Now to be serious about this. Now that the games are back in your little collection there. And proper. What does your significant other think of your collecting?
She supports me 100%. She has her interest and I have mine. She knows I love to collect, and she supports me.
Does she ever complain?
No, of course not.
Does she play video games with you?
No, absolutely not.
No interest whatsoever.
We used to play. She likes stupid games. I can't say that.
Wait, I want to know what's stupid. What do you think is stupid?
I don't know, man.
What do you think is stupid?
Like Mario Party and stuff like that.
I can get you on that.
I hate Mario Party. It's like one of the worst games.
So when you go out and you even buy your new stuff, old stuff, where do you usually go?
I have a select bunch of stores I like to go to.
Pete approved stores.
Pete approved stores. You gotta check out my my friends over there at Super One-Up Games in Hamilton. If we're talking about Kitchener, we got Games Exchange, Retro Replay in Cambridge. We got Good Time Games. Great stores. If I'm ever in the Pickering area, I like to go to We Got Games. Unbelievable stuff there. And the Swap, of course.
Which is right here, the VGCC swap.
VGCC.CA. Next swap is March 29th at the RIM Center in Waterloo.
How many people usually go to that thing?
120 tables, just under 1,000 people came to the last show.
That's insane. It is the biggest swap meet in all of Ontario, basically.
Canada,
yeah. So if you want to look for games, you got to hit this swap meet. It's pretty insane.
Definitely.
And you can meet the legend.
Yeah.
You can shake his hand. You can kiss his ring.
I'll be there.